Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today after what we saw yesterday, what happened yesterday, what we witnessed yesterday, the absolute calamity that we had to witness with Chelsea losing 1-0 to 12th place championship side with 12 injuries plus 2 more that happened during the game, Middlesbrough, right? And it's been almost 24 hours since all of that went down. And look, there's no point shouting. There's no point going nuts. There's no point all of that. We've reached a point where we just need to talk in the correct way and put all our cards out on the table. So then there's complete honesty, complete transparency, complete awareness of the situation without trying to camouflage, sugarcoat, or hide anything under the carpet. Yeah, we're at that point. So, I had an idea. My first ever video that I did on YouTube, right, was 2011. Crossing into 2012, but it was 2011, late 2011, right? You could say in and around this sort of time, 2012 was when I started on this platform and I started making videos. My first video, and I remember it like it was yesterday, was me wanting to send a message to Roman Abramovich, right? Because it was the only means that I thought would be possible, asking him to get rid of AVB. Some of you that are watching this remember that, and you're OGs from day one, and respect you if you're still here, because that's a long time and you've grown up watching me in that case. So fair play to you. Thank you very much. I done that with best interests, thinking it's the only way to get a message out. And, well, lo and behold, we did sack AVB in the end, and then we won the Champions League. So that happened. I'm pretty sure no one saw that video though. At the time it was a big deal, and I think it got like, what, 2,000 views at the time? That was a massive deal for me. But we've come full circle. Full circle. That was the catalyst to what we are now witnessing here. And Younes Talks Football is a thing, and there's almost 200,000 of you on here, and it's class, and I appreciate all of that. But I think it's time we go back to roots, because it's time to send another message. But this time, it might actually get listened to, and it might actually get seen. And that's why I'm going back to roots, because it's important that we lay all our cards on the table and we put the situation out for what it is. What is the situation? Here it is. Listen, let's be real. This is to Clearlake, Todd Bowley, Wiss, if he watches YouTube, I'm not so sure. Everyone else that's a shareholder at the club, you are privy to listening to what I am about to say. This situation, Chelsea Football Club have been in since the sanctions, right? Since the new ownership, since all of you walked through the door, let's be honest, this has been unacceptable, right? Let's be real. Come on, let's be real. As I said, no shouting, no going crazy, no criticism either. Let's just call it for what it is and let's try and come to an understanding. This is poor, right? Come on. Now, I've had it in my head, based on what I've seen, what I've read, what I've heard, right? 3 senses coming into action here, that the intentions that this ownership want to have with Chelsea Football Club and how they want to move forward is to build a long and sustainable business, right? I have been under the impression, much like I know other fans have as well, that that is being done at the expense of the football team, right? There is a club, and in that club, there is a sporting side and there is a financial side. Can we agree? I'm sure we can agree, of course. It operates as a business, it makes money, yeah. And it's also a football club, and there's a football team, and the massive stakeholder in that is the supporters, right? So they come and watch every week, and they invest every week in their team, time and energy and money to see their team win, right? Okay, we can understand on that. I'm sure no one's disagreed on this so far. Okay. I have been under the impression, like I said, from what I've heard, read and seen, that we are allowing things to slip in the name of building a long and sustainable business. And what we have seen over the last 18 months, coming 24 months, right? It's coming 2 years. You do this, boom, all of a sudden, it's another 6 months that have gone. Yeah? Time's fast nowadays. It goes pretty quickly. We have to make it clear that trying to run a long and sustainable business is not mutually exclusive to running a successful football team. It's not. You can do both together. You can. But the problem that we have been having at this football club, and okay, this is another time to be honest. Let's be honest now, right? Tell me you don't agree. Surely you agree. Surely. Let's be honest. You sacked Thomas Tuchel and that was a mistake, right? Let's call it a buck, right? Deep down, I know the vision wasn't the same. He wasn't willing to collaborate, as we heard. And let's put all PR, right, to one side, because again, look, let's be honest. We know that PR is involved. Let's put that to the side. Put that to the side. No one needs to know. No one needs to see that anymore. Throw it out the window. Bye. Let's be honest. Sacking Tuchel was a mistake. Okay. Hiring Graham Potter was a big mistake. Right? And hence he's not here any longer. But what we are continuing to do, which is evident to the supporters, and if the owners want to look at this and think that everything is okay, then they're being delusional. Let's call it a buck, right? If you, the owners, are watching and thinking that, no, what we're doing is fine, you're delusional. Let's be real and let's be honest. Come on. Everyone you've put in place is mediocre. Simple. Paul Winstanley, mediocre. Lawrence Stewart, mediocre. Graham Potter, initially, mediocre. Maurizio Pochettino, mediocre. Let's be real. Let's be real. Do you think that what we are seeing now is acceptable? It's not. Come on, it's not. It's not. This was, in any other given season, from the past, we'd be looking at this and going, get rid of him now, tonight, see you later. But I also want to make it clear, what we have set ourselves up with is completely mediocre. Players included. So, instead of rambling on, right, let's try and, like I said, be honest and let's try and find a way forward, shall we? Let's try and find a solution, because there's only two ways here. And I'm going to lay it down. Making an investment of this size is a pretty big deal. But buying Chelsea for the fee that the owners bought the club for, let's be real, cut price, on the cheap. Great business opportunity. Great financial opportunity, right? Since that point, all we've done is hire a bunch of mediocre yes men / puppets, right? All puppets. Anyone that's got an opinion for themselves or anyone that's decent at their job has been gutted out, and we've changed the entire structure and club from head to toe, which again, let's be real, let's be honest, a mistake, wasn't it? It was a big, big mistake. Instead to transition slowly. But this is the thing. I think that it was intentional. I think there was a logic behind it. A logic that doesn't quite make sense as far as I'm concerned. But from a financial standpoint, they are trying to make the business theirs, and they have gutted everything completely in order to start fresh, start again in their way. Right? Okay. If that's how you're going to do it, it's wrong, but cool. The damage is done. How are we going to move forward? There's a very simple way to move forward, but it requires one thing. It has one big requirement. The one big requirement from these owners is you're going to have to drop your ego. Are you willing to do that? What is it that you have to do? Listen, they want to build a business that's going to be sustainable for 3, 5, 7 years, 10 years onwards, right? That can sustain itself. What does that mean? Let's be honest. That means a model that doesn't require footballing results in order to generate income. Let's be real. That is the intention. They want to build a multi-club model that is going to bring in income, bring in revenue, that relies on all sorts of, well, firstly, low salaries, so there's not money being thrown out of the window. Players that are getting high return on investment, so they're being sold for much higher than they came. Sponsors coming through the door, marketing, commercial activity. There's the TV money which is shared, and they're getting that no matter what, and that's definitely going to get loads of clubs across the line. And overall, monetizing all sorts of content, behind the scenes stuff, all sorts of merchandising, all sorts, right? There's tons of ways to make money. They want to be able to do all of that at such a big level, plus the new stadium, like Tottenham are making profits because they've got a new stadium. There's that. They want to be able to build an entire infrastructure financially on those foundations. And then whatever happens on the pitch is just a bonus, right? Let's be honest, and let's call it for exactly how it can work. I'm not against. To be honest, if the owners want to build that, as long as they don't do it at the expense of what we are seeing on the pitch, I'm all for it. On paper, it sounds great, right? A sustainable business, it's ticking over, income is coming in, cool. But you're only 50% of the way there. The other 50% comes from results. It comes from the biggest stakeholder at the football club, the supporters. You want to keep them on side, you want to keep them interested, you got to make sure you're still winning. Because if not, you're going to get exactly what we are seeing now in terms of Westview at Stamford Bridge not being sold out and putting out on general sale, but at £180 a pop. At £180 a ticket, you think anyone's going to come and buy that the way Chelsea are moving? Come on. No. You don't want to lose the interest of the fan base. You don't want to lose the interest of the supporters. So the two don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can build a great business, a big multi-club model with a nice stadium, with all sorts of revenue coming in from all sorts of angles. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. By having a fairly decent wage bill as well, but I have to say you're going to have to, and I'm going to come to this point in a little bit, if you want the big players, you're going to have to play a bit, you're going to have to pay a bit over the odds. You're going to have to pay a little bit of money on top of what some others are getting. That's the reality of life. If you want the best, you pay the best prices. As simple as that. You want the highest, you pay the highest prices. That's the way that it runs. You should know that. We all know that. But they don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can run both together. Example, Manchester City. Now, the thing is, why Man City are operating a really nice multi-club model, and currently their other club in the City group, Girona, who they acquired in 2017, are currently top of La Liga. Why do you think that is? There is a massive, massive infrastructure and organisation in place that has been built over time, but it's been done correctly. The intentions have been right from the start. They didn't sabotage the main club. They didn't sabotage the identity. They ran with it and they made sure that they kept winning whilst making money at the same time. The two can coexist. So this is the message to you. This is what I wanted to come to. There's a way to fix this. There's a way to fix this, right? And it might not be for this season, because this season, we're so far gone now, it's ridiculous. I've read that Poch might not get sacked because we still have belief we're going to make Europa League. Can we cut the rubbish? Again, let's be honest and let's call it for what it is. You think what we saw yesterday and what we've been seeing lately is going to get a European spot? Right now, to be honest, I'd rather not. Let's be honest. I'd rather not. What are we going to do? Get to the Europa League and get knocked out in the group phase? Because that's what's going to happen at this rate. We saw yesterday that if we were in the Championship, we'd probably struggle to get back up. That's what we saw yesterday. That's how low we've reached. That's how bad it is. And this is why I'm coming with urgency. But we got to be constructive now. We got to try and, bring everyone back onto the same page here. because this is the only way that everyone's going to move forward. What we need to do, you can continue thinking about building your business, building the finances, building the income, the revenue, all of that, all the different streams and all that. Absolutely, there's a financial side to football, and I understand that, and you don't want to get left behind. Cool. But you can run with that as well as get a proper elite sporting director in, get a proper elite manager in, and let them get on with it. That's it. They need players. They've come up with that together. Let them have the money. Let them go and get the players in. And then you go and sort out the finances, because you know the footballing side is taken care of and you've not got to worry about a damn thing. That's what City do. And that's what top teams do. And that's what we did at one point. You could argue, and I will say this, under Roman, maybe we neglected the financial side a little bit. Maybe there wasn't revenue streams coming in from all sorts. But you know what it was? There was an incentive from the moment Roman bought the club, and that was, I want to win. That's it. He didn't care about money. He had enough money. He wasn't bothered about cash. And hence why Jose Feliciano said it himself when he got interviewed by Bloomberg. It seemed like what Chelsea were running on didn't seem like there was much of a of an incentive on profits. Was there? There wasn't. There wasn't. Let's be honest. There wasn't. We know there wasn't. We were getting by, but we were focusing on winning. That was the aim. That was the main intention was that. So you can do both. I appreciate that building a sustainable business, a sustainable model. Cool. Let's move. But all you've got to do, and this is the way that I believe that we need to move forward, right? There's a lot of young talent in this team, but they need leaders. They need proper men around them. They need proper ballers, proper experience and proper pedigree around them in order for them to grow and develop. So in order to get to that, we're going to have to, right? Pochettino's got to go at some point. That's for sure. You need to think about getting an elite manager in next. It has to be. We ain't got time to waste. It's got to be an elite gaffer. As well as that, I'm sorry, but Winstanley and Stewart, bye. They've got to go. They've got to go. They've got to leave. See you later. They are, come on, let's be honest, they belong at clubs like Brighton, Southampton, those sort of teams. And respectfully, Brighton and Southampton has a gap at the moment. Southampton are nowhere to be seen, right? We're talking in terms of mediocre. That's what we've got right now. We need to up it. Go and get one, not two, one proper sporting director who has been a sporting director before at a top club who can come in and run it on a footballing level, who knows exactly what's required to get Chelsea back up and running properly on a competitive level. He collaborates then, because you like collaboration, he collaborates with an elite manager that we bring through the door and let them get on with it. Get them the top players that they need to go and succeed with. Keep the best of the young players that we've got in order for them to grow and develop. Keep an eye on the academy for the one star that might make it through. And then we move. Then you can focus on your money. You can focus on your business. You can focus on your revenue. You can focus on your profits whilst the footballing side is not affected. That is the way that we need to move forward. And if it's not going to be that way, this is where I come to the ultimatum. You're going to lose the fan base. You're going to lose the supporters. And eventually, everyone's going to have enough. Personally, I've had enough. But it will get worse. I'm not everybody. I'm just me. But you'll eventually find people at the bridge kicking off, people not showing up to the bridge, people stop buying the merchandise, people taking action in terms of their pockets. You're going to start getting all of that if you don't get the footballing side adjusted and adjusted immediately. Because everyone's got eyes and we can all see. The way we are operating is completely mediocre and it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. With the resources that we have, it's unacceptable to be voluntarily throwing everything away on a footballing level just because we want to build a business. The two can be done together. Doesn't have to just be one. So please, swallow the pride, swallow the ego, go and get a top manager, go and get one top sporting director, let them get on with it, get some top players in, and let's flipping move. Shall we? Because if we don't, you best believe we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday. That's a given. 100%. I could put a house on it. Unless, if the intention isn't to succeed on a footballing level, which is what I have suspected, but I'm asking, can you please make it an intention to succeed on a footballing level? Because like I said, if you don't, you're going to lose the fan base. And if you do that, then everything's over. So the choice is yours. The choice is yours, but you can operate as a sustainable business, generating good money and succeeding on the pitch at the same time. It can be done. So can we start doing that? Can we get rid of the yes men? Can we get rid of the puppets? Can we get rid of the mediocre people? Can we get rid of the ones that are not going to take us to a successful level? Can we start thinking about bringing people in that are going to do that? And can we start moving like a top football club again? Can we? I'm going to leave that question with you. Let me know your thoughts down below to everyone watching. Much appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see all of you tomorrow on the next one. Just before I go, as far as I'm concerned, this season for me, basically, with the way that we're moving, Pochettino, it's a write-off. It's already a write-off. I don't expect to see anything now. Nothing. This season, in the bin. It's in the bin. Some people are going to talk about an FA Cup, and yeah, well, we might make the final. I reckon we actually, you know what? I actually reckon we will make the final. I say that loosely now because there is a chance we might not, but I reckon we will. My hope's not very high for the final, though. Let's be honest. If we're playing Liverpool, we'll see what they do tonight. So this season, but you know what? It would be nice to at least get a taste of what might happen if we were to go the season, if it gets to an untenable level, which it has for me, to get rid of Pochettino and see what this team can do with another direction. It would be a good taster to see what we then can bring in at the end of the season in terms of a top manager, make some changes upstairs, and let's start moving properly, ready for next season. Because we can't go a third year like this. A third year like this cannot go on. It can't. Hell no. So let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Thank you all so much for watching, people. In a bit. Have a good one. Take care and peace.